So this is going to be kind of chaotic, and I might need y'all's help for everyone who's read Season of Storms, because I was half listening to the audiobook, half reading it. I had LASIK, and so a lot of the time I would fall asleep listening to the audiobook.
Greetings from Poland. You go, girl.
Hi, on a movie from Poland. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Oh God, Julian, that scares me. Because Yuna like gets the squeakers. Locke, thank you so much for continuing the gift sub you got from Buddha. Red Buddha, thank you. So yeah, my brain might be a little scattered, but I did write down some notes. All in all, I really liked this. I thought it was just a really good kind of, it felt like a one shot, not a one shot, but like an adventure, you know, with a clear motive. Geralt loses his swords. He has to find them, and a bunch of shit happens along the way. Yeah, exactly, Ruby. Exactly. But my notes are on my phone, so I'm not texting. I think this is kind of random, but I think we should talk about the epilogue first. I know that seems counterintuitive, but it's important. It was the most significant thing for me. You know what I mean? The epilogue, because it kind of hints at Geralt's fate or what happens to him 100+ years later. So I was confused. There were a lot of things in this book that kind of confused me, that were like, it felt like it was hinting at or leaving it up for interpretation. But with that, I was like, my initial thought was, oh, so he's alive. Maybe he's kind of moving through worlds like Ciri. Yeah. And then I got kind of confused with, it's all an illusion, everything's an illusion, and she woke up. But then I thought, what if it's more like Geralt is becoming more than just a person / witcher or character, or it's kind of meta, because it's like Sapkowski acknowledging that he's become this symbol, or like, you know, saying goodbye. Like maybe Geralt becomes more than himself. And it's like, when we create these stories, when we tell these stories, these folk tales, it kind of raises the characters up to God level. Like, you know, I don't know, because it's like he'll be immortal now, and we could go to sleep and dream about Geralt, and he's like, yeah, like a King Arthur figure. Yeah. So I think it's either that or both, because he could just be vibing and doing his vocation. But I thought it was interesting and ideal. Yeah. And that's why it's like meta, because he is already. So it's like we can keep learning from him, seeing him in our dreams. Geralt is a legend that transcends space and time. Okay, I'm very glad I'm not off with that. I'm glad that I didn't make that up. Dracula function. Okay, nice. Okay, awesome. I'm really glad that I didn't make that up. It's ambiguous on purpose. Okay, great. It felt like a few things were a little bit ambiguous, but let's move on with my notes. How do y'all feel about Coral versus the other sorceresses? What I will give to Sapkowski is that he knows how to make each sorceress distinct. And even though they have similar qualities of being like unwanted, disabled girls who turn into like these more powerful, beautiful women, there are like consistent themes. I am really proud of him as a cis man to write these sorceresses so different, because I don't know, it's probably just like giving credit where it's expected, but to me, I appreciate it as a woman to show all the different complexities of women. My friend told me it was the Arthurian way of death, where you come back to the real world to help those in need. Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Hey, Roche. The OG redhead. Yeah, with her, she kind of scared me. She was the first one that really scared me. Yen scared me, but like in a intimidating, like beautiful kind of way. But how she like beat Mosaic. I say Mosaic because I just think, I don't know. Anyways, she was frightening. And something I love, this is a common theme, but these sorceresses they have these goals in mind where they're like, okay, I'm gonna throw Geralt in the dungeon to show him who's in charge. And then I'm gonna sleep with him and distract him. I don't know if Coral planned on sleeping with him, but she definitely planned on manipulating him and, you know, like showing her power, because she got him in the dungeon, the trial and stuff. But like then they end up falling for Geralt because it was clear they had a little week together, you know, and I don't know how much of that was charms. It was a genuine little tryst. She's haunting us. But I love that they think that they're in control, but then they end up developing feelings for him. Yeah, I thought it was interesting at the end too with the storm when she leaves them, like she just leaves everyone, and then she comes back with medical supplies, and she's clearly, you know, insecure because she's just like, oh, you and her, like Mosaic, like, oh, okay, fine, you don't need me, fine, I'm gonna leave. Like there's an ego, but there's an insecurity. I loved her dresses. It's stupid, but I really like that Sapkowski goes into detail about their outfits, because I just like that. I'm watching this Roman Empire show on Netflix. I feel like I should record it, my reaction, because I missed a lot of Roman history moving around and switching schools, and so I'm like literally screaming and reacting to things. But I love their outfits. I love that the gladiators, we know what they wore, and some of their outfits were like, their armor was so unique. But anyways, she's not willing to try and harm the object of her insecurity directly when she knows she's not chosen. Yeah, and then she just sat down with Yen. That's so true, Ephes. And she sat down with Yen and they were chatting, and she, you know, she was just like, don't worry, nothing happened. But the more I read the books and I play the game, I'm realizing that Yen only cares if there's a level of betrayal and it's more than just physical, because Geralt gets the fuck around. Geralt gets around, but like sex just seems way, I don't know, it has less meaning in this universe from what it seems. Wait. Yes, Outish, that's true. Returning from the dead and helping in Slavic myths and culture. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Wait. Coral was in the Netflix show? I don't remember that. Exactly, Tom. Exactly. They have needs. That's why I don't think it's sexist at all. Because she does what she wants. It's clear. I don't remember her in the Netflix show. Oh, we gotta get that tension out. Girly pop gotta get that tension out. Also, can we talk about how creepy the chapter and the male sorcerers are? That was what I listened to after my LASIK, and I was like, y'all are freaky, y'all are nasty, stop it, stop fucking around, what are you doing? Like, you're just bored? What is happening? And I don't know if this is true, but then Orlaton dies by manure because he was like insistent on this manure that he was making. That motherfucker, what's his name? Sorbel. The necromancy evocation fake out, that was pretty cool. I was surprised by that. Yeah, a lot of what people say about Yen is like false. Just what they've heard. Which are not a good gigolo, but he is. Hey Chico, how you doing? I don't know what the Punisher is. It's such easy clickbait villainy, even by current occult standards, so it's refreshing to see it used as a foil. Nice. Yeah, but still, there was some weird, like, what the hybrid, like, there was like a big dwarf or like the giant dwarves, and they're just weird. They're just weird. I did like that there was a gay romance, a gay little relationship. Exactly, warrior. I love Aguara. Aguara appeared in the animation about Vesemir. Okay, no more spoilers. Well, that's not a spoiler. I'm just saying, because I really do want to watch that. And the Aguara was so cool to me. That was so interesting. That was probably my favorite monster. Oh my god. And the fact that she's like so protective of her daughter, and then the twist at the end that she was able to bring her daughter back to life, or that the daughter was faking them out. And I just love it. I listened to that part, and that was one of my favorite sequences in the series, in the book series, like the ship, and then not knowing whether something's an illusion, the snakes, and like one of the crew members being like, they're snakes, and Carol's like, it's an illusion, and then the snake just like kills a crewmate, and he's like, well, most of it's an illusion. Yeah, the fox mothers, like the shapeshifter fox mothers. So the Stardew music is Coffee Date DJ Cutman Game Chops, and it probably is on YouTube, but I'm listening on Spotify. I gotta get the comics. Yeah, they're my favorite monster. Oh my god, so cool. And then, you know, she comes back and she shape shifts to Yennefer. Yes, exactly. It's such great foreshadowing for how powerful Fringilla is too. He couldn't see through her illusions right away. And like, yeah. And the motif of everything is an illusion. Everything is an illusion. It's just really well written. I feel like it's just really well written. I was curious as to like, I don't know if it was answered. Let me know. Or if it wasn't answered, who do you think did it with that final storm? No, I like it. I think it's, I don't know. I think it's a great little side sequel or whatever, sidequel. My instinct is that the chapter caused the storm, or it was just a storm, or the Aguara. But it's clear that the chapter, the sorcerers were behind Vixurus or whatever his name is, which, by the way, I loved that twist. I did not see that coming. Oh my god. It makes me want to play as a character or create a character in like a TTRPG or like D&D, whatever, that is an exiled bastard or son of a king, like a princess or prince that is exiled and then gets the entire island to come back and fuck shit up. Like, that was just really cool. I don't necessarily know if I'll agree with his rule, but it was just an interesting twist to see that happen. Probably Gonturo Dim. It's such a nice feather in the cap at the end to see that Sapkowski is having a meta dialogue about their transcendent quality of Geralt's legacy. Yeah. And you know, Caleb ended Hi, Arash. Welcome. Caleb ended at Lady of the Lake, and he said he didn't plan on reading Season of Storms. And I was like, okay, I get that. But then I finished this, and I was like, no, you have to. Because he loves action. He loves fast-paced books. And so I'm like, you'll love this one. It's definitely, I feel like it's the coolest visually. I liked the city of Karak. I thought it was just different. And also, can we talk about Yennefer fucking saving the day again? And not even to be noticed? Hi, Ellis. Thank you so much, Rebel. I'm so excited to see the ending and then start Ezio. Yeah, Ephes. But Yennefer planning the buyout of the swords at the auction house. And then she's just like, thank you so much for doing this for me. It's his destiny, and I'm realizing how much destiny means to him and to the world. To anyone who didn't choose Yen, you don't deserve her. You don't deserve her. None of us deserve her. She's so amazing. But I also love Geralt's, like, because when that girl, God, Geralt, I think this might be the record for how many women Geralt slept with in this book. Jesus. Because the person at the inn, oh, by the way, we have to talk about the Cat Witcher. School of the Cat. Oh my God. She's just like, here's a parcel. I have your swords, courtesy of Yennefer. And his first thought is, or his first question is, how is she? How's she doing? That is true love. Oh yeah, Ruby, I finished it. So I think when we start Arkham Knight, which might be tomorrow, I'll do the book talk first. I keep forgetting you chose Triss. I'm not. I'm sorry. All you have to do is repent. You say 12 Hail Yennefers on your knees, and then you bathe yourself in witch water, and then you deserve Yennefer. But it's a whole ritual. And he knew Yen sent her. She takes care of him. It's getting streamed, Albin, because I've heard it's a good stream game. There's like a lot to do, but I'll be diligent about pausing alerts. Ruby's gonna be around, and Ruby is excited and loves Batman, and there's no fuckery gonna happen. No one's gonna ruin it for us. Yeah, and then you have to do a new run and choose Yen. And when you do the new run, you have to like constantly berate Triss. Even if you're just playing on your own, out loud you have to say, you bitch ass redhead, Meg's gonna be such a better redhead than you. You know who's a better redhead than you? You little hoe, Shani. Even Coral's a better redhead than you. Sorry. The scene with the Witcher from the cat school was very similar to the one in the game where we had the choice of whether or not we wanted to fight him. Yes, it reminded me so much of that. What was his name? Brehen? Oh my gosh. And you know, it made me think a little differently. I don't think I would change my choice in where the cat and wolf play, but I did pause because I was like, oh, it gave more context. It gave more context to that quest. I feel really bad for the cat school, but you know, at what cost? And it's the sorcerer's fault, right? Oh yeah, you have to make fun of her bowels because she had poop problems. And Ciri and Geralt literally had to wipe her butt. I'm sorry. No offense to anyone who has poop problems. We've all been there, but it was just hilarious that she was so whiny about it. I know, Arsletta, my one true love. Shani is greater than Coral is greater than Triss. Who's Zoogle? I'm sorry. Who's Zoogle? The Lynx medallion? I didn't even know there was a Lynx school. Anyways, I feel really bad for the cat school and the mutagens. Yeah. He will never forgive you for like, I don't think he cares about what you did to me, but he will never. No. It was he will never forgive you for what you did to me and Siri. He'll forgive you for what you did to him, but not for what you did to me and Siri. Oh, Azoogle is a monster. But yeah, that was crazy. And like, just I had a very vivid image of him with holding like a knife or dagger up to the priestess's throat. And I'm like, oh God, like their amygdalas have to be going crazy. And it's not their fault, but like, we gotta do something about it. But I think Geralt handled it really well, and he didn't kill him. He didn't kill him. So I do stand by the decision I made in Cat and Wolf play. A Lynx, do we know anything? Oh, there isn't a Lynx. Cool, but CDPR might be inventing one for the next trilogy of games. Nice. Rights with a male gaze for women. I think so. I was pretty interested. This is kind of personal and not related at first, but I will try to go for full circle. But there was this whole like TikTok kind of Twitter trend of like, don't dress for the male gaze, you know, dress for yourself, dress for comfort. And it was like male gaze, male gaze, male gaze. And a lot of women were like, you know, wearing comfy clothes and this and this and this. And then I saw another TikTok and like a couple other TikToks that talked about, okay, what, because now we're still kind of responding to what we think the male gaze is. And it's just like, I don't even think we should be thinking about that, if that makes sense, because I could sit here and think like, oh, he is looking at them sexually and like the way he describes them is that, but I think the main thing is I'm a cisgendered woman. I identify as a woman. And when I read the books, I feel seen. I feel represented. I feel like, yes, he might dwell a little bit on how the outfits are revealing, but I don't give a shit because he writes women in a normal way. And it's not like just strong, powerful women. It's flawed women with their own motivations, and they're out to serve themselves, and they're caring. And like Yen as a mother and a partner who's older, she's wise, she's sexy, she's caring, motherly, empathetic, like, and then she also can be heated and have mood swings and like just like have all those things in a female character is infinitely better to me than a lot of this stuff over there. Some stuff that's even written by women. So that's just that's my point of view. And if you are a woman who reads it and feels uncomfortable, then that's valid too. But like I read that, and Siri and Yen have made me feel so valid and proud to be a woman, proud to have emotions, strong emotions, anger, to care about things. Yeah. Thank you, Rebel. Men will look at women sexually no matter what she's wearing. Sadly, people need to quit putting guys on a pedestal as a way. Well, yeah, and also it's kind of like the argument of I don't see color. If a man is like, oh, I don't look at anyone like that. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I don't see her boobs. I'm not looking. Then I'm more suspicious of that, you know, like there's a fine balance, and I appreciate if you just acknowledge the truth of it. I do. I'm like, oh, sexy. That's a sexy woman. Writing a female gaze is that men will prop women up while women will show their flaws. And I think both are valid. Nice. The characters don't revolve around the protagonist and just get put on pause whenever they aren't around. Yeah. Yes, they have other stuff going on for sure. Yeah, it's a big part of their strategy as sorceresses. For characters like Ciri, their sexuality isn't described nearly as much in detail. Yeah. And it's the illusion. It's not even... When sexuality is such a fluid term, it means different things for different people. But sexuality is also the way you hold yourself. It's the way you talk. It's your voice. It's your actions. It's a lot. It's not just the way... It's not just boobs and butt. And I totally agree when he's describing, it's not even the figure of a woman sorceress. It's like the outfit that they're wearing. And I'm like, ooh, because it's like, it describes what they're trying to achieve because, you know, the lodge would wear these high collars and like kind of gray muted clothes. Philippa at first she had like a ponytail, and it shows a lot about what the character is trying to do, what they're trying to gain, who they are. I like it. I don't care. I'm someone who will pay extra money in a game for a cute outfit. Okay. Like real life money. So I like it. Style is very significant. Her pop size. I like that in The Witcher, Yen is very ambitious and it isn't seen as something bad that often happens in media. Yeah. And she really wants to have a kid and be a mother. And she got that in her roundabout way. You know, thinking about the golden dragon. Hey, Alexi! She got it. And she accepted and wasn't like, well, I want to have my own baby. You know, she just loved Ciri with her whole fucking heart. How awful was it when Coral pretended to be pregnant for a second with Yen? She can be so cruel. So cruel. Why? I loved Dandelion in this one too. I just feel like something I will never forgive the show for is treating Dandelion like he's stupid and just flailing around, because he helped Geralt a lot. There's so many instances that, like when he got Geralt the sword, when Geralt didn't have a weapon. And it was funny because he, in the future, he looks back and he's like, it was actually Geralt's money, but he was able to buy that for him. And he uses his connections, you know? Don't let me insinuate Coral on the spot. I was basing Yen off the show where all she wants is to have a baby and she'll do anything to have one. I know, me too, Warrior. I was confused. I was like, what? Because that's all they focused on. And as soon as Ciri is in the picture, I just don't feel like they got it. I feel like they read the back cover of the books. Sorry, that's rude. I commented on how ridiculous the other sorcerers were just. I know, comic relief. No, he's intelligent and he is a whiny baby, but that's really what I love about Sapkowski, and I think CD Projekt Red kept true, is that you can be a lot of things. People are a lot of things. Dandelion can be a whiny baby and dramatic because he's a fucking poet and artist, but he also can be charming. He can talk his way out of something to save his friends. He can befriend anyone, which is such a lovely trait. The way he'll just click with non-humans like dwarves. Rageous. I miss Rageous. I loved that. I loved when Sorry, I'm crying. When Dandelion knew that Regis was a vampire, and like Geralt was pissed about it, and he was just like, come on, what's the problem? He's a whiny baby shit stirrer who is smart, yeah, and he loves his friend. And I love at the end, him and Geralt are, you know, just walking along, and Dandelion's like, why don't you ever ask me to play something? And Geralt's just like, because I don't want you to play. I don't want to ask you to play something. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to anyways. And then creates this really beautiful song about time. Translating all this to live action television is a game of politics and prolonging the drama. I know, but then look at the Sandman. You can have your own adaptation of characters and stuff, but look at the Sandman. It was like they were not afraid to just copy and paste some shots and lines, and it was perfect. Yeah. Well, is that it? Excuse me, what does Peloton divined mean? Peloton? Peloton? Oh, this was at 2:49 a.m. by the way. I was like, I have to write down my thoughts for the book talk. Peloton, comma, divined. Peloton divined. Oh, the werewolf friend, that was so cute. It was a typo, Ephes. That was so cute. Oh my god, the little baby girl werewolves. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker. In a few minutes, Rando. Bless you. That was so sweet. And like, I love that it kind of gave that backstory of just like, yeah, you know, I told the village that you were cured and yada yada yada, and the wife is a werewolf. Like, what are the odds of like a werewolf meeting another werewolf, and then you have werewolf? That's so cute. And then he what? Who were they fighting again? They fought so many different monsters, but then the werewolf helped. I did Sam Crow. It's earlier in the book talk. But I thought that was so sweet, so Geralt. Just like, how you doing, buddy? Your wife almost killed me. Your wife almost fucking killed me. But you know. And then the feral little daughters. Oh, so cute. So cute. I loved that. That's about all I can think of. There's just a lot of good parts. I didn't know he wrote it 20 years after Lady of the Lake.